The Philippines gained independence from Spain in 1898, 115 years ago. Filipinos fought for their sovereignty and won. And we have men like Dr. Jose Rizal who gave their lives so the Filipinos can experience this thing called freedom. No one leads our government but us. No other nation can claim our land as theirs. And nobody should ever step on our rights as Filipinos and individuals. Back in 1898, freedom meant independence from colonizers. But today, freedom is self-determination and being able to fulfill our potential and dreams. The Philippine national hero Jose Rizal wrote about things that he wasn't supposed to. Through his novels No Limitangan and El Filibusterismo, he talked about the Philippine plight and showed Filipinos the way forward. And because of that, he was executed in 1896. Luckily, I've never been put in front of a firing squad for anything that I've said, whether it be online or verbally. And I value my country's freedom, not only because I can express myself, but also because I can learn from others, because they enjoy the same freedom of speech that I do. I can be who I am. I am queer, I am an artist, I'm a citizen journalist, and I'm an activist because I am free. This is Fort Santiago. This was a prison and military fortification during the Spanish colonial period, and Jose Rizal was held here before his execution on December 30, 1896. Of course, the injustice that we see today is very different from the one that was suffered by our forefathers, but the fact remains, injustice still exists in this country. Mary Grace, a young woman who's been in jail for the last 3 years, will share her story about her fight for justice and the hope that sustains her from the time that she's free.
Says in our constitution that justice should be very accessible and free. But the reality is, justice is expensive for the Philippines and for the Filipino people. They can't afford the services of a lawyer, they can't afford filing fees, and if they are accused of a crime, many of the poor people, those living in poverty, cannot afford even the price of bail. Itong kaso ni Mary Grace Enriquez, she was accused of robbery with homicide together with her live-in partner and 2 other men.
July 11, year 2008 po, bigla na lang po kaming nagising na may ingay po, malakas po yung kalabog ng pinto namin. Tapos may 2 lalaki po na pumasok, bali naka-civilian po sila. Paglingon ko po sa likod ko, pinusasan po yung asawa ko. Pinadapa po siya. Tapos pagkabangon ko, may sumalubong sa akin isang lalaki. Bigla po ang hinawakan yung kanang kamay ko. Tapos kinakaladkad niya ako. Ang tanong ko sa kanya, bakit po? Bakit? Ang ginawa niya po sa akin, tinutukan niya po ng baril yung bibig ko. Sabi niya, putang ina mo, tumahimik ka kung ayaw pasabugin ko yung bibig mo. Hinila po ako ng hinila palabas ng pinto. Sabi po ng kapatid ko sa kanya, dahan-dahanin mo yan dahil buntis yan. Hindi po nila ako tinatanong. Hindi ko po alam kung anong kaso o kung anong dahilan kung bakit po nila ako kinulong.
So, talagang we wanted to give her more legal assistance, proper legal assistance, and concentrate really on her case, also because of her being a woman. We're trying to do everything to make the judge appreciate that these people are in fact innocent.
Sa hustisya po, kasi natin sa totoo lang po, napakabagal. Maniwala po kayo sa loob ng 1 taon, mapalat na yung naghihiring ng 6. Wala naman po siyang kasalanan. Mabuti na nga sabi ko nga sa anak ko, sana anak, totoo na lang na ikaw, kuwari pagdurusa mo niyan, hindi masyadong napakasakit. Kasi nag-iiyakan na lang po kami magnanay.
Namimiss ko po siya. Pag Pag nakalaya po si mama, isa-shopping ko siya at saka papakainin at saka yakapin po. Yun na po.
Sa pagkakakulong po namin, naano ko na bulag ang hustisya, wala pong hustisya. Pero nung naisip ko na hindi ako pinababayaan ng attorney ko, alam ko lalabas din ko ang katotohanan. At sa awa po ng Panginoon.
To free others, especially for us who are privileged enough to be able to know, privileged enough in terms of education, in terms of resources, in terms of opportunities, then I think it is also our responsibility as freedom fighters to educate others, to empower others.
The Carino Grandstand was completed in 1949 and has witnessed numerous Philippine presidential inaugurations, of which the most recent one was that of President Benigno Aquino III back in June of 2010. His campaign promised, kung walang korap, walang mahirap, or get rid of poverty by getting rid of corruption, resonated among the Philippine electorate. When he took his inauguration here on stage, he promised over 90 million Filipinos a transparent and honest government. The Philippines wants to build a new culture free of corruption, and many local leaders are following the president's lead and realizing just how transparency can create better communities. Taytay Rizal, which subscribes to good governance, is a municipality that's free.
Naging prinsipyo ko yung ayokong mangako sa mga tao. So I tell them talaga kung ano yung totoo, ano ba yung pwede, ano ba yung reasonable, ano ba yung kaya ng itulong ng pamahalaan. Pagka-transparent talaga ang government, damang-dama yan ng mga mamamayan at kitang-kita naman na kung saan napupunta yung pera ng ating pamahalaang bayan. So in turn, you give more services, you deliver more basic services, and you enhance the performance of the LGU. Pagkatapos nakikita nga nila yung sistema sa munisipyo na wala yung mga red tape, wala yung mga pinag-iintay yung mga tao. So nagkaroon ng magandang business climate.
Siyempre, ang pinaka-importante yung tiwala mo sa government. Kasi ako, kampante kami na yung sa business namin, na mag-invest sa Taytay dahil pinapakita nila talaga yung kung ano yung nangyayari, yung very transparent sila sa mga projects na ginagawa nila. So, parang iba na talaga yung pag gano'n na pinapakita, walang tinatago.
Time, mas malaki ang kumpiyansa ng mga taga-Taytay sa amin, lalo kami na mga negosyante, dahil nakikita namin ang improvement ng Taytay, ang pagiging transparency ng ating gobyerno sa Taytay. Mas malakas ang loob namin na mag-negosyo, mamuhunan, dahil nakikita namin kung saan napupunta ang pondo ng Taytay.
Pag nakita nila na meron palang maitutulong ang gobyerno, so ang tao hindi nahihirapan mangarap.
The walled city of Intramuros, the bastion of Philippine heritage, was destroyed at the end of World War II by the United States Army and Japanese Imperial Army. But today, Intramuros is back and it's flourishing. We preserve our history, but we open it up to business, whether big or small. A free economy will allow people to make their own choices about what to do with their personal resources. Mang Ramil, who used to be a poor farmer in Quezon, but now owns his own land and has built his own house thanks to Sentong Pamilihan, will tell us what it's like to be free.
una, nung wala sentrong pamilihan, halos ay 50% ang nawawala sa farmer at ang 50% na pupunta sa mga trader. Yun, nung wala yung sentro, ang talagang kumikita lang nun ay yung mga middleman. Kasi nga kung magkano lang kinukuha niya yung kalakal ngayon, tapos tomorrow pa nila bibigyan ng price. At kung magkano lang ibayad sa amin, wala kaming magagawa kasi no choice kami.
Ang kategory namin sa kaalaman ng mga farmers, marketer. Marketer kami, ang marketer ng Farmers Association. Pag dinala dito ng farmers ang kanilang mga gulay na inani, lalo na kapag ganitong oras, ay wala na silang problema kundi ilagay lang nila dito sa ating trading post at ang bahala na ay kami dyan. Pero kami naman ay mga farmers din na in-assign lang dito, kami yung mga representative ng farmers. Sapagkat kaming representative nila dito sa trading post ng Farmers Association, ay kami yung nakikipag-negotiate para ang farmer ay hindi naman talo.
Nung una nga, ang isang farmer ay pag nakabili ng paragos, kung tawagin yung baghila-hila ng kalabaw, ay masaya na. Kasi parang pag nakabili ka ng ganon, may pera ka na. Pero ngayon ay pangkaraniwan sa isang farmer, ang may isang sasakyan tumbas isang tricycle. Ako sa isang halimbawa na lang sa akin, nakabili ako ng isang second hand na pick-up kapag patayo ako ng maayos din bahay. At saka ang isa ko ang malaki-laking na pondar ay yung aking isang agri-supply. Ang kagandahan nga nun ay nakikita kaming isang magandang halimbawa ng isang farmer ay hindi lang talaga magsasaka. Talagang medyo naiengat ang kabuhayan.
Freedom of speech, access to justice, good governance, a market economy and private property should be free for all. But of course, with freedom comes great responsibility. And that is to ensure that everybody, not just you and not just me, have the right to say, I am free.
I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. Ako'y malaya. Ako ay may layang magpahaya. Singlaya ng tubig na dumadaloy patungong dagat. Ako ay may layang maglakbay. Singlaya ng ibong bumabagwis ng walang humpay. Ngunit ako'y mas malaya kung bukas ay may pag-asa.